The Shadow of the Solntsevskaya Bratva, a true crime saga. What happens when a waiter in Soviet Moscow trades his apron for a life of crime, building an empire that spans continents? How does a criminal syndicate infiltrate governments, launder billions, and outgun rival cartels? And what dark secrets lurk behind the Solntsevskaya Bratva, Russia's most feared organized crime group, known for its ruthless grip on drugs, arms, and cybercrime? Stay with me as we unravel the chilling tale of a brotherhood that turned Moscow's streets into a battleground and cast a shadow across the globe. This is a story of power, betrayal, and a criminal superpower that refuses to fade. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Brotherhood. In the late 1970s, the Solntsevo district of Moscow was a gritty, working-class neighborhood, its streets buzzing with restless energy. The Soviet Union was crumbling and opportunity was scarce. Enter Sergei Mikhailov, a former waiter with a hunger for more than tips could offer. Known as Mikas, he wasn't just another hustler. Convicted of fraud in 1984 and hardened by 6 months in a brutal gulag labor camp, Mikhailov emerged with a vision to forge a criminal empire unlike any other. By the late 1980s, he founded the Solntsevskaya Bratva, named after the district that birthed it, recruiting unemployed, aggressive young men as foot soldiers and aligning with thief-in-law Jamal Khashoggi for criminal credibility. Mikhailov turned Solntsevo into a fortress. The gang's strategic location near the M3 highway to Ukraine, Moscow's MK8 Ring Road, and Vnukovo International Airport gave them control over smuggling routes, particularly the lucrative car import business. But their ambitions stretched far beyond stolen vehicles. Example, in the early days, the Bratva muscled into the car trade, smuggling luxury vehicles from Western Europe through Ukraine. One operation saw them bribe customs officials to wave through a convoy of stolen BMWs, netting millions in a single run. This was just the beginning. Chapter 2. The Rise to Power. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 was a goldmine for the Solntsevskaya Bratva. As Russia descended into chaos, Mikhailov and his lieutenants seized the moment. They forged alliances with corrupt politicians and oligarchs, embedding themselves in the new Russia's power structure. Legitimate businesses, banks, casinos, even Vnukovo Airport became fronts for laundering money. By the mid-1990s, the Bratva was a criminal superpower with an estimated 5,000 to 9,000 members and a council of 12 overseeing operations across the globe. Their portfolio was vast: extortion, drug trafficking, arms smuggling, prostitution, and even uranium trading stolen from the Soviet nuclear program. They brokered cocaine deals with Colombian cartels via the Contrera Caruana Mafia clan and ran heroin routes through Afghanistan. A 2014 Fortune report estimated their annual revenue at $85 billion, making them the world's richest criminal organization. In 1994, the Bratva orchestrated a deal to smuggle 10 tons of cocaine from Colombia to Russia, hidden in shipments of frozen shrimp. The operation, valued at $100 million, was uncovered when a Russian customs officer, not on their payroll, tipped off authorities. The drugs were seized, but the Bratva's leadership slipped away, untouchable. Chapter 3. Blood on the Streets. The early 1990s were a battleground. The Solntsevskaya faced fierce competition from the Chechen mafia, sparking a brutal gang war. One infamous clash at the Kazakhstan cinema in Moscow left 6 Chechens and 4 Russians dead in a hail of gunfire. To secure their dominance, the Bratva allied with the Orikhovskaya gang and other Slavic mobs, driving the Chechens out, but internal rivalries were just as deadly. In 1995, a summit in Prague, disguised as a birthday party for Viktor Averin, the Bratva's second-in-command, nearly turned fatal. Rumors swirled that Mikhailov planned to assassinate Semyon Mogilovich, the boss of all bosses, over a $5 million dispute. Czech police, tipped off anonymously, raided the event, arresting 200 guests. Mogilovich, conveniently absent, escaped, and the Bratva's key players were banned from the Czech Republic, relocating to Hungary. The assassination of Orikhovskaya leader Sergei Sylvester Timofeyev in 1994, allegedly orchestrated by the Bratva, was a power move. A car bomb ripped through Moscow, killing Timofeyev and sending a message: cross the Solntsevskaya and you're done. If you're gripped by the dark world of the Solntsevskaya Bratva, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to dive deeper into the shadows of true crime. We're only halfway through the saga, and the story gets even grimmer. Stick around to uncover their cybercrime empire and global reach. Chapter 4. The Cybercrime Frontier. By the 2000s, the Solntsevskaya Bratva evolved with the times. Cybercrime became their new frontier, Unlike traditional gangs, they hired outside hackers as consultants, orchestrating sophisticated schemes like ransomware attacks, identity theft, and financial fraud. Their decentralized structure, comprising semi-autonomous brigades, made them nearly impossible to dismantle. In 2017, Spanish authorities struck a blow, arresting 11 members of the Solntsevskaya and Ismailovskaya clans in Malaga. The operation uncovered a money laundering scheme involving over $62 million funneled through real estate, with assets like firearms and 23 high-end vehicles seized. Yet the Bratva's leadership remained elusive, allegedly protected by Russia's FSB, as revealed in a 2010 WikiLeaks report. In 2016, the Bratva was linked to a ransomware attack targeting European hospitals. Hackers locked critical systems, demanding $1 million in Bitcoin to restore access. The attack crippled patient care, showcasing the Bratva's willingness to exploit modern vulnerabilities. Chapter 5: Global Reach and Untouchable Power. The Solntsevskaya's influence stretched far beyond Russia. In Atlanta, their operative Odanusa outgunned Mexican cartels and local gangs, controlling organized crime for over 20 years. In Israel, they used the country as a money laundering hub. Though attempts to infiltrate politics were thwarted, their operations spanned the Caribbean, Latin America, and Asia, with ties to Afghan heroin networks and Japanese yakuza. Their tattoos told their story: a rose with barbed wire for loyalty, stars on knees symbolizing defiance. I kneel to no one. These markings, earned through brutal acts, were a badge of honor in the Bratva's world, rooted in the Soviet Gulag's criminal code, the Vori v Zakon. In 1996, the Bratva collaborated with the Italian 'Ndrangheta, supported by Moscow's mayor Yuri Luzhkov, to expand drug trafficking routes through Vietnam. The deal, worth millions, solidified their global network. The Solntsevskaya Bratva isn't just a gang, it's a shadow empire woven into the fabric of Russia's power structure in the global underworld. From Moscow's blood-soaked streets to the digital battlegrounds of cybercrime, their story is far from over. Want to uncover more tales of crime, corruption, and betrayal? Subscribe now, hit the notification bell, and join us next time as we dig into another dark corner of the criminal world. Who's pulling the strings behind the Bratva today? You'll have to stick around to find out.